Hello, hello, hello. As you can see, I have my enforcement shirt on today. I'm enforcing resin. Not really. Just quick story. I have had a lot of career paths in my life. And at one point in time, I was a female bouncer at nightclubs. So, kept the shirt. It's been probably 20 years, but it was a dope shirt. So we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so I went to my local dollar store, Dollar Tree, and I picked up a couple of things. I wasn't there to pick up these specific things, but while I was there, I was like, why not? And I had a project in mind to do today, so I was like, just go ahead and buy it. So I did get some glitter, and it's a coordinating color pack of glitter from Dollar Tree, so $1. And then they had these adorable hexagon shelves. And funny thing, when I purchased it, I thought that it had a bottom. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be, yeah, I'm gonna use this. But got it home and unpacked it and realized, yeah, it doesn't have a bottom, but I can still do something with this. Don't know if I'm gonna do something with this today. This is one of the molds that I'll be using. So I have a confession before I get started, and it is in regards to Total Boat, and I'll be working and moving stuff as I talk to y'all. So I have to apologize to you guys and to Total Boat, because Total Boat tabletop epoxy is just that. It's tabletop epoxy. Now, I have been using Famo wood for a very long time, and it's a glaze coat. It's kind of like a tabletop epoxy. So I just figured that I'd be able to pour deeper and not get bubbles and all of the other, things that have happened with Total Boat, but that's not what happened. So I am going to give Total Boat their true chance, and I'm going to pour as they state that you should pour, which is a thin pour. So I have a new timer. Got this from Dollar Tree as well. I am going to set my timer for 20 minutes because that is the entire pot life, which is basically your working time. So if I have this little timer, I don't have to have my cell phone out and pressing on the buttons and stuff with resin, on my gloves. So I have that. I also have my torch. Now, as you know in previous videos, I use alcohol 99% isopropyl rubbing alcohol because it gets the bubbles out. And I realized when I was at Dollar Tree and when I've edited some of my previous videos, I haven't had fire to use fire. I do not have a propane torch. You can use one of these, which is just like a barbecue lighter from Dollar Tree, or you can use a blow dryer. So I'm going to use this today. We'll try this out, see how it works. It should be enough fire for the size of the project that I'm working on. And then in my next video, I'll try a blow dryer to see if we can use things that we already have in the house instead of having to purchase stuff. But like I said, it was only $1, so not that big of a deal. And then I also have these, and they are chopping mats. I think that they're silicone, so here's what I'm going to do. This is also a pizza tray that I'm going to pour a thin layer on today as well. So let me put that over there. So here's what I'm thinking as I open this. If Total Boat says to pour a thin layer, then I am going to pour a thin layer. Where's the opening? And I have scissors. I do. You know what? These are not scissors, but they are heavy. They are heavy duty, and I can at least cut right there. Okay. These are some kind of shears that I purchased. So if Total Boat says to pour in a thin layer, that is exactly what I'm going to do. So this is going to be my pouring surface. My idea is I have seen several. Okay, this side looks. That side is shiny and that side is not. I'm going to use the shiny side as my surface. And of course I have my garbage bag. And it's almost full. And I also purchased some Jersey garden gloves from Dollar Tree as well. I don't know if these are going to be reusable. Normally I don't get too much resin everywhere, but they were cool because they're not plastic and my hands won't be sweating and all of that. So I have those as well. So I'm just going to move things over a little bit and I'll be zooming in. So we're going to do the glitter, and then I have these rocks, which are glass deco stones from Hobby Lobby. I'll be using those. I'm doing 2 pieces today, y'all. I'm sorry, I didn't say that. I'm doing 2 different pieces, but both of them will be thin pours with the tabletop epoxy. So I'm also going to use some of these rocks. So we'll go ahead and get started. Now, I am going to be doing a vase. When I tell y'all that this is an experiment, this is an experiment. I've never poured thin. I've never molded resin. So I got this cup, and this is going to be where I lay my resin once it's, how can I say it? In about an hour or so, 90 minutes, the resin will be solidified but not cured. So I'll be able to pick it up, hopefully I'll be able to pick it up, drape it over this, and then it will dry completely. I'm going to spray mold release on this, and when I pull it off I should have a pretty, you know, nice vase. So that's what this is. And then, as I said, the pizza pan, I'm going to pour a thin layer of that, and then we may get to this in this video. You know, I got an hour and 56 minutes, even though I know y'all are not going to sit up here and watch me for an hour and 56 minutes. So I'll put that over there. So I will be mixing today in my Total Boat measuring cup, and literally, the video that I saw, I mean, she's an amazing artist, and if I can find that video, I'll link it below. Oh, these feel good. Oh, they're different. Okay, so she poured on, I think, wax paper or a garbage bag. I'm going to do something a little different. I try to get inspiration from the internet and not just full blast out copy the exact design and everything, but sometimes the inspiration is just that. You want to make exactly what that person made, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. So you guys have seen me mix resin and stir resin several times, not 1,000, but several times. So I'm not going to do the mixing on camera to save some time. I'm going to mix off camera, come back, and then we will get started with this experiment trying to make a vase or a vase out of tabletop epoxy Total Boat. Mixed for 4 minutes. I put my timer on 20 because that's about the amount of time that I have before this starts setting up in the cup. And it looks pretty good. It's not cloudy. Okay, so I am going to take this glove off for a moment and decide what glitter. I think I'm going to do that one and mix that with this gold. And I'm going to put the resin, not the resin, I'm going to put the glitter directly inside. Here are my scissors. I knew I had them. Okay. I'm working at a steady rate because I can see the clock and I know exactly what kind of time I'm dealing with. So that really helps setting your timer that way instead of just for the time it takes to stir. I know that there are resins out there that have like 45-minute working time, like art resin. I have not used them yet, but they are on the list for me to possibly try. So put my glove back on, and then I'm just going to mix this glitter in. And I'm not going to say you can't stir enough, because you can, but if they say 3 to 5 minutes and you stir for 3 to 5 minutes, then you're right where you need to be. So I'm just going to incorporate all of that glitter in there. And if you're wondering, this is a new tool that I got from Dollar Tree today, and it's a scraper, so it really comes in handy. Alright, so I got 13 minutes and 45 seconds. Put my fire over there. Okay, so we are just going to pour. Okay, we're just going to pour. And then I'm going to move it off to the, actually, let me go ahead and put it on the tray so that when it's time to move it, it's not all crazy. Okay. All right, let's see. Ooh, this reminds me of doing like a dirty pour or a flip cup. Those colors together though, y'all. Whoa. I might have to go back to Dollar Tree. Okay. All right. So as you can see, it's just a it's just a puddle. So here's what I'm going to do. Just going to move it around because however you move it is how it's going to dry. So if you give it something funky going on, then it'll dry like that. And you see I'm just making little, I was gonna call them divots, but that's not what these are. they're not divots. Now, total boat, this is a thin pour. This is what I consider a thin pour. Now, true indeed, I'm experimenting, so it may still be user error, which is okay. I don't mind accepting the blame for that. And I just noticed that it is running off of my paper. I mean this. Okay. Okay, so now I am going to take some of these black rocks. Oh, some of those. Take my glove off. I wasn't expecting for it to do that, but that's okay because that's my second piece that I'm using underneath. So, well, maybe not today now that it'll have the resin in it. Come on. Okay. So I got the rocks open. And I'm just going to sprinkle them around the edges. Because what's going to happen when I go to fold, well, my thought is when I go to fold this over and it dries, it will have like a geostone, but just different. And according to Total Boat's website, this should be ready to move to the next step in, say, 90 minutes. So I'm going to come back in 90 minutes and finish that. I should have did it the long way because I would have had more length. I turn my heat down. So I'm glad y'all can't see right now because your girl is sweating. Okay. Alright, so that was those. And then, oh, these gloves, so warm in here. Okay, and then I'm also going to use some of my favorite rose gold. And then I'm going to sit this out to the side and try to move on to the next one. But I think I'm going to have to lay this on something, maybe some newspaper. And if this works the way that I think it's going to work, I think it's going to come out pretty, but as I say, you just never know. Alright. Okay, so it is coming down this way. I should have started higher up and poured, but where am I going to put this? Okay. Now I see why she used the garbage bag, because the garbage bag is bigger. Alright, so I need something to sit that up on. So I'm just going to take one of these silicone trays and put it as a base on top of some newspapers, and then move it on. Okay, thought I was recording, and I most certainly was not. So, don't know where it ended, but this is the piece that I'm going to try to do for the vase, or like an Art Deco piece. I tried to peel it up, of course, with my gloves on, and it is still not to the point where I can peel it. And once I peel it, I'm going to drape it over this cup that I got from Dollar Tree, and spray this with mold release so it's a little bit easier to come off in the morning, and then we'll see what we have. So this is not ready. It is still, and if you do this project and you want to check, just check the edge, and if it's still sticky, tacky, then you know that it's a no-go. So I'll be back in a couple of hours, 90 minutes or so, and we will finish with this. I'm so excited to see how it comes out. This may be a winner. All right, I'll see y'all shortly. Bye. Hello, hello, hello. So I am on a roll tonight. Same shirt, 3 videos. Boom, 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 boom. Like, I'm knocking them out because I had to let everything cure. I haven't been in this creative studio in a few days. So if you see this same shirt in like 3 reveals, it's all right. It's not like I wear the shirt every day. I'm recording these back to back to back. So at the beginning of this video, you saw that I was trying to make a vase or a vase. I had saw a video on YouTube, and she was making these beautiful resin vases. Oh, that sounds so fancy. A vase. It's a vase. She was making these beautiful vases, and I was like, oh, I want to try that. Tried it. This resin did not cure in the 90 minutes that Total Boat said for me to be able to, for it to be pliable. And the plan was to lay it over this and make like a vase or a vase. It didn't happen. I fell asleep. After about 2 hours of waiting, I kept coming back in here, and let me move some of this stuff so y'all can see. Alright, so I kept coming back in here, y'all, and I was like this. I would touch the edge, and I'm like, no, it's still tacky. So I went to go lay down, and before I knew it, it was the morning, and I'm like, oh Lord, totally forgot to go back in there and try to move this. So I came back in and tried again, and it was like, So this is this is what our vase. This is what our vase ended up like. And it was on top of a napkin, and the napkin cured right on with everything else. So this is what we ended up with. Yeah. It would have been a really, really nice vase though. So I don't know what to do with this. Yeah. and you can see through it. I mean, I don't know if y'all can see my face, but I can see the camera, so it is pretty translucent. I'm gonna try it again. Y'all know, from my other videos, if I fail once, I'm gonna try again, because there's no such thing as failure if you keep trying and trying and trying, especially with creatives and creating. You might not get it right the first time. So I'm never really scared to try again. But I was so excited. I was like, ooh, this vase is gonna be so nice. It's gonna have the gems, and that's not what happened. So this is the finished product of the vase. But I will say this on a good note, the silicone mat that I had, which is just a cutting mat, chopping mat from my local dollar store, Dollar Tree, worked perfectly. Like, once it was ready to be peeled off, it peeled off really, really easily. So I'll play around with this and the puddles and seeing what I can come up with, because it was a fun project. So that's all I have. I just wanted to finish this video out and show you guys that we didn't make a vase. we didn't make a vase in this video, but what we did do is we tried. We accomplished trying, and there's never any harm in that. Yeah, you're going to waste some resin trying. You're going to waste some resin experimenting, and I'm totally okay with that. So that is all I have for you today. These, and why don't I have on a glove? These little silicone cups that I got from Amazon are still holding strong. They really come in handy when I'm doing a smaller project, because they are just the right size, and the resin the resin normally just comes right out, but I have some on the bottom. I had more resin that I could have used in this. Now that I'm looking at it, could have got that out. Oh, there we go. Oop. Okay, see? That is why you use silicone mixing cups, because your resin just comes right out. Now, could I use this for something? Probably, but I don't think that I am. Yeah, no need. Well, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Could put on 2 gloves, and then I'd have 2 hands to work with. But sometimes I have to make stuff more difficult. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. So this is like a round silicone piece. Could possibly do something with that. And I just got an idea as well. If you're looking to pour, you can see how big that is down there. If you're looking to make circles of some sort and you don't have a circle mold, you could get something like this and pour in the bottom, and as long as it's silicone, it's going to come out. So that is all that I have for you today, and just got resin on my hands. Okay, that's all right. Whatever. Go wash my hands. But that's all I have for you. I just wanted to finish up this video and let you know that the the vase did not come out as expected, but that's okay, because I will find something to do with this. So if you have any suggestions on what I could possibly do with this, I mean, it's cured. So enjoyed making it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you learned something, learn what not to do with the vase. Make sure you don't fall asleep before you're able to place it over whatever you're using as a hanger, I guess, for lack of a better word. That's all I have for you. Once again, thanks for watching. Bye.